Hi, you've joined us again. This is Bob and Mary Beth, and this is BAM! Bob and Mary Beth. See what we did there?
And
it's
wonderful.
You're just brilliant with that. We're talking about aha moments. And ahas are those sort of flashes of insight, but they're not just insights that stay with you.
Yeah.
An aha is something that just kind of, it changes everything.
Yeah.
You feel like you have to do something,
Yeah.
or you see something in a completely
Yeah.
new way.
Yeah, it's like a turning point, and you've gone around a corner, and you can now see things that you couldn't see before, and the past looks different.
And the future looks full of possibilities.
Right, and it's an action. Something has changed in your life, and if you try to make it happen, unfortunately, you can't make it happen. I hate that. But
If you tried to make it happen, it wouldn't have turned out nearly so great.
right. But it's observing, and as we increase our ability to observe, then more aha moments that we have missed before in the past will now appear.
Yeah, so be thinking about if you've had an aha moment recently.
Yeah, and have you?
Why, thank you for asking.
Oh, nothing.
Yes, actually, and this was something that looked really small at the time, and as I'm thinking about it, I think it's getting bigger and bigger. I'm a movement educator. I do something that's called the Feldenkrais method, which uses body movement to help people become more aware of their actions in daily life. And so I work with a broad range of folks, from special needs children to our beloved elders and everybody in
Thank
between.
you. Thank you.
So I've been working with a young girl, not quite 2 years old, who was born prematurely with quite a number of medical and developmental challenges, and she's been significantly developmentally delayed. And so her parents have brought her to see me over the last 4, 5, or 6 months, and I've been seeing them every week. And parents, lovely, dedicated, brilliant, loving parents, and highly educated and really on top of the multiple therapies that their daughter's been having. So my work is very subtle. There's no dancing girls, there's no neon flashing lights, as you know.
Darn.
Yeah,
Darn.
it's very disappointing. Pretty subtle, and just a lot of times just looks like play.
Yeah.
And when I would make suggestions to the parent or point out something that
Yeah.
the little girl was doing,
Yeah.
and I would always say, have you seen this before? One thing that I'm thinking about that you might be aware of is, whatever.
Yeah.
And their response would always be something like, "Oh yes, we do that with her
yeah.
already.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do that, and well, yes, she has been doing that recently," or she's not going to like that. She's never done that before, and then she would do something kind of surprising. And so I couldn't really tell if the parents were happy with what was going on.
Yeah.
They kept coming back. They
Yeah.
kept renewing their option. And also, I couldn't really see in the child the kind of things that one would see every day. So the mother brought her yesterday for a session, and they're going to be moving out of state. And so the mother said, this will be our last lesson. And then I'm getting a little sniffy here, she just had this outpouring of emotion and appreciation.
Oh, wow.
That I'm so glad we did this, and she has improved so much. She's so much more confident in trying new things, and I had no idea they felt that way. And so my aha was just something just as simple as maybe what they think of what's going on is really none of my business.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need to have kind of this running commentary to make sure that they understand what's going on. Or,
Yeah.
it was just one of those ahas of, wow, I've just been staying in the present moment with this child and just kind of, I don't know what's happening here. And yet there were all of the benefits and all of the appreciation that I had hoped would be there. And that's kind of huge,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
another lesson about just not working so hard. And
Yeah.
As you've described previously in our conversations, little things like this have now, in the rearview mirror, I can
Yeah.
see that there have been other little instances of this. That my clients were having ahas
Yeah.
that they didn't necessarily share with
Yeah.
me, and I may not be privy to, but just a fraction
Yeah.
of what's actually going on with the
Yeah.
person, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that doesn't seem like a big deal to you, but you don't know who
Oh,
you're dealing with.
oh,
You don't know who you're
yeah.
dealing with here. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's big for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I love it that you say it's always been in the rear mirror.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. But you now can focus on what is there. You can see what is in the rear view mirror. And I think that's part of the aha, being able to see in the rear view mirror of the changes that are happening. And they're happening all the time. But sometimes we don't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you? Have you had an aha moment recently? We'd love to hear about it. We love this stuff.
Yeah.
So leave a comment to this video or make a video response and post it. We'd love to see it. So
Yeah.
Bob and Mary Beth here. See you next time.
Bam.